Hey folks, got a Nissan Rogue here. This is a 2015. The problem is that the blower motor is not working. Alright, you can turn it on and you can see the little lights light up, but you don't hear nothing. Okay, so I checked the fuses, which is found on the left side, on the driver's side. It's a 15 amp blue fuse. The fuse is good. Now if it was a blower resistor, you would either have high speed and nothing else, or medium speed and nothing else, or low speed and nothing else. It has no speed whatsoever. You don't even hear it humming. All right, so most likely it's the blower motor. And guess where the blower motor is? It's behind the radio in the center of the dashboard. So, like in most videos, you have to take this whole panel off. You gotta take the dashboard, this part of the dashboard off, take the radio and the AC controller out, take the glove box out. This panel here comes as one piece. That comes out, and you'll be able to see the motor. All right, there are some hacks that you can try to get it from the bottom. I'm going to show you. I'm not going to kill myself. It's 105 degrees to get today. That's why I got the fan blowing on me. So what we're going to do right now is, let's take the glove box out. All right, so there's a little rod over here. Just slide this off to the right. Drop the glove box down, and then grab one side here with two hands. Squeeze it together, and you'll be able to cock it down a little bit, and then you're going to pull the glove box out. All right, I don't have anything to hold it here, but yeah, that, just squeeze the sides, and then you can just pull it out. Ouch, because it sits here on these little things. All right, so it's a little tiny clips, little C clips like that. You're just going to pull it out. It comes out. It's part of the glove box door. All right, and move this out of the way for you, and then I'll explain to you why it's kind of hard to get in there. But if you want to, you can. But underneath the blower motor, it's all the way. Dun, 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 all the way back there. I don't know if you can see it, but probably right where that little shiny light is coming up from. That's where your blower motor is. All right, so some people say you can bend this over here, get to it, but physically, just to fit in this little space to get in there, you can't physically see it. So why work hard? All right, so I'm going to take this panel off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screws. Removes this. All right, there should be one screw over here to take this piece off. And this pops out, and then we have to pop the radio and the AC controller out by using some plastic tools. We're going to stick it in here, we're just going to pry it out. All right, so we're going to get to that point, and then we're going to continue. All right, here's the piece for this panel here. Just get a little piece there, you'll be able to pry it out. Same thing on this side. All right, let's give it a nice little crank, and this piece will come out, and then you have to unplug it. All right, otherwise you can just dangle it. If you don't have to unplug it, let's see if there's enough room there for you, okay? All right, so let's do that. All right, so for now, I'm just gonna dangle it right there, all right? Pops out. These little clips over here, there's 4 of them. They just pop into those little slots. All right, this little panel here, this should pull out also. I'm gonna put a little plastic tool in there. This panel should pop out too and probably lay off to the side. So let's do that. Yes, it does. A little plastic tool in here. This pops right out. And this, we're just going to dangle it also on the side. For the radio, 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I'm going to take this panel off first. All right, so I think this piece comes off after I take the little screw off on the side here. So let's do that real quickly. All right, so this top piece here comes out. Little plastic pry bar. This will come out. Then you'll be able to see that other screw. There it is for the radio. All right, put that off to the side with the rest of the parts. I took this little vent off. It's just one screw on the side, and this pops out. So the screw is not actually for the panel, but I don't want to break that bezel just in case, so that came out. All right, so for now, let's drop the radio, okay? And then this panel should pop out. All right, going back. It's not these 2 screws on the bottom of the glove box, it's these 2 that are hitting up on top. All right, so those are the 2 screws that has come out along with these 3 up here. All right, So I'm trying to figure out why the radio has to come out, because you can't really see the blower motor anyway, so that's a waste of time. But the blower motor, the radio has these clips that go into this panel. All right, so that's the only reason why the radio and the AC piece has to come out. All right, AC goes in here, radio goes in here. All right, after the 5 screws, gonna grab this over here and just pull it out. It looks like you're gonna bend it and snap it, but there's a bunch of clips up here, and that's what's holding it. All right, see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's why it seems like it's gonna break when you pull it, but just be careful. All right, so now we're gonna go underneath, and the blower motor is all the way up on top there. You can see the little wire connector. All right, so that's why with the little hacks that people say you can go through here. Listen, if you can stick your head in there, go knock yourself out, because the blower motor can probably come out on the other side of this bracket, but you won't be able to really get to it. All right, so basically there's a Phillips screw over there, electronic plug over there, and then you turn it to the right. So this is the opposite of lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. This one is locked in when you turn to the left. So we're gonna grab it and turn it to the right, and it should come right out. All right, so I'm gonna do that. Take the screw out, take the plug. There should be a little push plug on the right side of that connector. All right, going towards the engine. And then I'm gonna twist that motor out. Okay, let's do it. Oh my God, it's so hot out here today. All right, so from the top here through the glove box, you can see right there, there's the connector. Okay, I took the screw out already. Reach in there, squeeze the connector. It's a little silly tab on the right side. Okay, once that is out, I'm gonna go and grab this motor. I'm gonna turn it to the right, and that supposedly is how you release it. Now, some of these are hard to release. Hopefully, this one is an easier one. There you go. It was not easy. It's gonna come out right here. All right, gotta go around the wiring harness here, pull it out. Like I said, it's gonna hit this bracket probably. Wiggle it around and we'll get it out. All right. It's gonna hit this little juke matting over here against the firewall, and it'll come out. There you go. All right. The new replacement one, I could not get it from AutoZone. They were sold out. Could not get it from Advance. They were sold out. So usually when something is sold out and you can't get it, it's a popular item that goes bad. So something to think about. So Napa had this one, 655-2854. The only difference I see here is that the plug now has a wire attached to it. Okay? That's the only difference that I see. Okay, it doesn't have that little connector in there. There's a little wire connector. So it should bolt right on. The same height. Well, actually, no, it's a little bit smaller. Okay, it's got the same clip. The blower motor looks a little bit smaller. That's the difference there. So I don't know if that's going to make a difference of the volume. But this is what the replacement one is. Nothing we can do. All right. So it's going to go back the same way. I'm going to turn it to the left to lock it. I'm going to put the screw in. All right. So we do that. And then we're going to plug it in. And then we're going to test it before we put this all back together. All right. So let's take a look in there. That's what it looks like. All right. This is probably a good time to change the cabin filter too, which should be under here somewhere. Probably where this little panel looks like it fell off over here. All right, so I'm gonna look into that, because if that was clogged, not saying that is the main problem, but it could also have stressed out the motor and overheated it if it can't breathe. Okay, we'll put the motor in and then we'll continue. All right, so it's in. I put the screw on. I plugged in the connector. Okay. The only problem, they'll struggle a little bit with this little harness. See the harness? that harness likes to get in the way of the motor when you're sticking it in. So just push it down. I put the connector in the back by the jute to hold it, and it went in, and then, you know, lining up that little hole, you got to stick your head in this glove box area just to get a better look. All right, so it's plugged in. We are going to start it up or just turn the power on and want to see if it works. Okay, so I'm going to just put some of the stuff back up in here so I'll get it out of the way. Okay, let's turn the ignition on. I got the key somewhere. All right, let's turn it on a little bit, see if it works. I hear it. I feel it. Let's use something here that we could give you a visual. How's that? Okay. Not much of visual. This is freaking aluminum foil. There you go. Okay. I can hear it too. All right, time to put this dashboard back together, people. All right. I didn't have to disconnect the battery or anything because I'm not really touching any of that stuff. So we're just going to put this whole mess back together, and we are going to be good. I'm going to put in my jar of the electrical stuff first, and then start the car up with air conditioning to put the rest of the panels on. Because at 105, I am dying here, people. Dying. All right, let's do it. All right, so just make sure you line up each perspective clip into each hole that it's supposed to go into. Okay, especially the ones on the side here. They're gonna line up with those slots. Make sure that it's above this panel over here. Okay, because if you have this cocked before it's gonna give you a hard time pushing in. It should really be really simple sliding in and out. Okay, should be no resistance when you're about to pop this little sucker in. All right, make sure everything's out of the way, and we're just gonna pop it in like that. Okay, easy peasy. I'm gonna put the little 5 screws back together, glove box, the little bezel. Let's do it. All right, so the 5 screws are back. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, snap the bezel in, put that screw back in. That screw is basically just to hold the bezel in. All right, off to the radio. Okay, the radio also snaps in besides with the brackets. All right, so you got to line this up. Make sure all the wiring is okay. And this should just snap, and you see how it goes into that little piece. That's why this piece has to come out. All right, so I'm gonna line this up. 2 hands, I'm just gonna push it in. All right, and then we'll put the 4 screws in. All right, 4 screws are in for the radio. These are pretty simple. This one, if you have a magnetic screwdriver, that helps so you don't drop the screw. Otherwise, you could use your finger, kind of like hold the screw. All right, let's see what else we got. Let's put this start button back on. Just line it up. It should snap right into the respective hose that they come out of. There you go. All right, and then this AC panel, same thing with the wiring. It's intact, up and over. And this is another piece that basically just snaps in. No particular way to go. All right, what's left? This top panel, people. All right, another one with all these clips. Line them up with those 5 clips there. Oops, you know what? I'm gonna have to tuck it under here first. So I'm gonna take this out. I'm gonna move you off your phone. It's funny how it started before. It was the beeper was half a car away. Oh, that's why I have to step on the brake. All right, let's go to the other side. Start it up. All right, it's running. Put the AC on. Got my 2 fans here working today. Got the AC over here. Nice and cold. There you go. All right. So, glove box, people. This panel, snap it right in, and we're going to be good to go. All right. Like I said, the glove box, on the bottom of the glove box has two little things that look like little C's. They're going to snap in here. Then once you push the glove box in, it's going to squeeze on the sides and put this little shock on there. All right. That's it. Here's the little C's. We're gonna line them up. I need 2 hands. All right. But I think you guys get the idea. Let's do this. You can hear the blower motor. She's a working. Tell you, when you're pushing plastic, it always sounds like you're gonna break something. All right, so clipped on the bottom, pushed in the sides over here. Double check that the door works. Then we're going to connect this little shock on the side here. Pull it down with your fingers. And lock it into this little tab. Dun, 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 dun. Guess that's as far as it goes. No? Should go more. Let's push it in, people. There you go. Push it in. At one point, I guess there's a piece broken over here, and it bent out. That's why it stopped it from going in. All right, so that's that. Panel time. Follow the contour. Goes into the slots like that. You're done. All right. Cleanup time. Put everything back that you saw on the seat. Back on the seat, whatever you saw on the floor, put it back on the floor, and we'll call it a day. All right, that's it. Ice cold, love it. All right, thanks for watching, folks. Ciao.